Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a little look-see in on the English Civil War mod, the War of the Roses mod that is currently in development for Mount & Blade 2. Bannerlord, they recently dropped a fully fledged siege battle and it looks absolutely mind-blowing. One of the best looking sieges I have ever seen in Bannerlord. And if you want to go and watch just about me yapping in the background, pausing it, etc., then I'll leave a link to the original video down below in the description. I highly recommend you go over there and subscribe to their channel just so you don't miss out on news. And of course, I'll leave a link to their Discord, which again is one of the best places to see a bunch of previews. Over the Christmas period, they posted a bunch of images talking about their villages and a few more armor pieces, so I highly recommend you go over there. And it's just honestly a great place to show support for them and of course stay up to date with all the ongoings of the mod itself. So let's dive into the video and we will go ahead and take a look at the actual battle itself. And as you guys can see, like right off the bat, we're just gonna pause it right away. Like, look at that settlement right there. It looks incredible. I absolutely love the keep. I love the different textures in the stone as well. You've obviously got the bridge going into the main defenses and the main gate as the soldiers look to obviously take on the outer positions right here. And they've done a crazy job with a lot of the actual castles and settlements. If you go over onto their Discord, which again I highly recommend you do, they've got so many of these epic settlements and that's what they're really focusing on. Obviously not only just the detail and everything else, but also in the settlement design, like Newcastle and Lancaster, I believe they've shown recently as well. They all look really impressive. We can also see as well, if we go and pause it really quickly, all the different custom assets around here as well. Not only are these obviously all designed for the mod specifically, but from the arrow barrels to the defenses, the actual the wooden structures that the archers are hiding behind, all of that stuff is custom made for the mod, and I think it's really awesome right now. As of right now, I can actually only see one set of siege ladders. I actually don't know where the other attack is going from, because in Bannerlord it's hard coded to have two sets of ladders and then obviously a battering ram, so I don't know where the other attack is going, but I imagine it's obviously further around in the settlement. Also, can we take a moment just to look how insanely beautiful this armor looks? And then once again, I love this like outer defense right here. Again, I imagine this is part for the defenders. The attackers haven't built this. But if you take a look in the left-hand side of your screen, you can see like there's kind of like an outer set of defenses here that the defenders could have like gone ahead and formed to obviously protect the gate and try and push back the opponents. They've done a great job there. If we go back a little bit as well to this point, you can actually see, is that a cannon? I think that's actually a cannon right there. A small one. I don't think it's like meant to destroy walls, but yeah, that does look like a cannon that is obviously, fully fledged there to, I imagine, try and do some damage to the walls and the other positions. So right now we're making our way up, and again, I love how the defenses for the attackers are set up. They've got a lot of defenses here, and there you go. There's a big bombard right there positioned. I imagine that's, I'm not sure if that's active or that's just part of the scene. But yeah, that could be obviously a very useful weapon to obviously break down the gate itself. And you can see the battle on the walls has also been going on for a little while as well, and we're only just getting our way up here. Also as well, something to actually notice is they've got custom wood and designs in for the actual battering ram as well, which I'm a big fan of as well. I like seeing that, as again, a lot of that stuff is hard-coded. We see a bit more of the weapons that our soldiers are using as we make our way up, and you can see the arrows just absolutely pinging off of our armor right there. No real issue. As always, the weapons are going to be pretty interesting in this mod, because you'll notice as we break our way in, a lot of the weapons and armors are, kind of like, obviously halberds are a huge part of the mod at this, of the time period, but also there's like, a lot more spears are being used, a lot more kind of weapons that are used at range, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how that actually plays out in battle, because again, you're going to be, instead of just kind of getting stuck in with these close quarter weapons, a lot of the time it is going to be just trying to poke at your enemies. Sometimes the enemies are going to be in full plate, and that that spear isn't going to be as effective. So again, it'll be interesting to see some proper larger battles. But yeah, again, you'll notice a lot of the weapons are overly kind of range weapons, spears, halberds, etc. As we make our way further up, again, you can see we're now starting to smash down the gate itself. Pretty interesting long corridor as well to the map itself. Again, I'm quite used to just default vanilla Bannerlord sieges, where the place here, right here, when you break through the first one, you move on to the second, is probably quite short. But I like the idea of this being a bit longer and maybe having some more arrow slits in the walls themselves. Again, a lot of the spears breaking down, making quick work of the defenses right here, and we're about to push forward into the courtyard. So we'll get our first little glimpse of the inner settlement right here. And you'll be able to see a bit more of the medieval. Yeah, there you go. So we've broken through now, and now we're pushing in. I mean, just look at the detail right there. Just that little passageway right there, right here, as you guys can see. Looks incredible. The amount of detail going in is awesome as we've broken our way through. Now the men are pouring in, and the armors from both sides breaking their way in. Does seem like in battle, if you do get like struck, there is a chance you're going to drop your weapon. Our character dropped his weapon, and you'll notice in a little bit again that person's dropped a weapon. The scenery as well looks incredible. You got kind of got the training field right there. As you go look further back, I'm not sure if that's like the inner keep. As we get knocked down again with the combat, we get hit hard. We're going to get knocked down. And I imagine that leaves us pretty vulnerable to a dagger or two. Another strike coming in here as the sword slashes in. Not doing as much damage. You can see it's taking 3 or 4 hits to just take down some of these guys. So I imagine the type of weapon you're going to be wielding is going to be really, really important. But you can see a lot of the weapons, like we were mentioning earlier, a lot of it is just spear combat. But it seems like they've done a good job here at making spear combat actually work, because in vanilla Bannerlord, it just doesn't. I'm not sure if it's like custom animations as well with some of the overheads and stuff. They look, they look pretty unique. So that's, I actually didn't notice that before the last time I watched this. That's kind of cool to see. And we're also starting to see the men on the wall pushing up, and that guy just dropped his weapon like I mentioned earlier. And the armors, the armors are awesome. It is a bit hard to tell who's who, but I imagine once you're actually playing with the UI on, of course this is cinematic, you will notice that, maybe it's a little bit easier with the flags and the colors, etc. Also, we'll see right here with the archers. I love how the quivers are set up. I think they look really, really cool. And you'll notice when the archers get into combat, they wield that sword and buckler as we make our way. Oh, it looks so good. God, the gatehouse looks beautiful right there. It really does. But yeah, you'll notice the archers are wielding that sword and buckler, giving them that maneuverability, and I think that's a nice addition, wielding some pretty good armors. And I imagine these are some pretty high tier units as well as we fight over the keep. We also get a nice little the gatehouse, I should say, and you get a nice little glimpse of the surrounding areas. And that's such a good detail, I find, in the mod, that they've taken this attention to detail, not only just to focus in on making the castle itself look beautiful, but also the surrounding areas. It tells a story, right? There are villages down there. There are farmlands. There's a reason why this castle is placed here. It's to defend the farmland. It's to defend its people. And we also get a nice little glimpse again at the kind of outer part of that wall there, which is kind of just, I guess, as another different rampart or something as we push further down into the darker areas of the settlement. And again, just kind of clean off the last couple archers that are still left alive in the gatehouse itself, and that is going to I think claim us a victory this day for the defender, or the attackers, sorry, pushing back. And we got a really nice glimpse, I think, overall of the mod. I think I've done again such an insanely good job. Like the detail in the armors, the weapons, the custom animations for fighting seem really good. And again, they're looking to really add in this bespoke. There's going to be several settlements which are just so unique and interesting on their campaign map. And again, I mean, just look at that. Oh, it just looks so good, doesn't it? They've done a really, really good job just overall with the feel, and you really do get the vibe of the mod itself. So as I mentioned, they have also shown off a few other screenshots of the mod. I'll post them on your screen right now. We have a few pictures of a village in the different seasons. And we also got a nice little glimpse at a few extra images of the Italian export harness. Again, I think that's the armor that the person in today's video was wielding. So again, you got to saw that in battle. But again, it's just super high tier, and the quality of this mod is just honestly so mind-blowing and impressive. And I just wanted to put this down into a video so you guys could kind of obviously be aware of it, and hopefully drum up some more support for the mod over on the Discord, and just keep you guys up to date, because this is definitely in one of my top 5 mods I cannot wait to play. Maybe even I think comfortably a top 3 mod that I cannot wait to play. And I just wanted to keep you guys up to date because this is one of my most anticipated mods for Bannerlord. The level of detail is just so high quality, and I just can't wait to eventually be able to dive in, and hopefully 2025 will be our year when it comes down to Bannerlord modding. So make sure to drop a like and a comment down below if you enjoyed this video. You want to go ahead and me to do more videos on Bannerlord mods, I'd really appreciate that. Of course, don't forget to go check out the original video. I'll leave a link to their YouTube channel down below in the description, and on top of that, go join their Discord so you'll never miss any of the news for this mod, and I'll see you guys in the next one.